Check this out, guys. Make of it what you will. Very interesting that this comes out now. It should be big news, but it's not really. The title of this video is Nationwide Pedophile Ring Uncovered as Child Exploitation Spikes During COVID. Let's just play this.
The Australian Federal Police last week charged 44 Australian men with more than 300 charges of possession.
44 men, just men, not women. So you gather there'd be a few politicians involved, as we know. Yeah, surely they would have uncovered a few politicians being these creeps. Let's just see if any of these people were politicians.
Possessing child exploitation material. It's dismantled a nationwide pedophile ring. It follows a year-long nationwide operation that saw 16 children removed from harm. Joining me now is AFP Commander Christopher Woods from the Australian Centre for Counter Child Exploitation. Commander, thank you so much for your time. 44 men arrested. Is that just the tip of the iceberg, sadly?
Sure is.
Good morning, Laura. Yes, I think sadly for us it's emblematic of it's impossible to really quantify the number of people that we need to look for, the age ranges, the backgrounds of some of the people out in society.
Parliament House, you'll find plenty there.
We need to be vigilant, and
all throughout Australia, each parliament.
Is it so difficult because these perpetrators are so hard to profile? Is there such
no, they're
thing
not
as a typical
politicians.
Offender? There isn't a typical offender. We see ages ranging from 19 to 57 in Operation Malto. But the backgrounds and the occupations of some of these offenders, from transport, hospitality, retail, law enforcement. It's the full gamut.
Let's give us names. Give us names.
The challenge for
why hide the names?
Has the pandemic seen these creeps become more active?
Why are they protected? We want to see the names.
Actually, the COVID-19
law enforcement names, politicians' names.
Spike in the number of reports that we're receiving at the ACE, and our people have been working tirelessly throughout this period. We haven't taken our foot off the pedal. We've worked.
Well, you surely haven't gone to parliaments throughout Australia, especially the one in Canberra.
Keep pursuing these offenders. They have.
What's this shit? Why the protection? Why aren't we seeing these people? We want to know. They might be. We want to know. They might be our next door neighbours. Expose these creeps, as you call them. Why are they being protected and not being, shown their faces and their names?
Are these professional outfits that we're talking about here, or are these repeat offenders, or are they opportunists?
They're politicians.
I think it's difficult to really zero in on which of those categories, but we are seeing organised criminal syndicates who do look to profit from this activity through to people who are
57. I'm sure there are older people in 57.
Regardless of the motivation or the group that the people come from, the offending is serious, the charges are serious, and we won't stop in our hunt for these people.
What's with all the blurriness? Even on the police, what's the big deal?
Had to be removed
from
shit. Harm's way. Are those
Why are they afraid to show their faces?
Ensure that they're not going to be returned to these
always
situations?
their backs. Let's see the front of them.
I can.
It looks like a woman to me.
It's quite a wide definition, but effectively it means that where we've found contact offending has occurred, we've ensured that children are no longer in the presence of those offenders. So, and
even the number plates have been widened out.
We need
What's the problem with showing a number plate?
For further instances where offenders are in the community and do have access to children.
Yeah.
And so we really do call out to parents and guardians to be vigilant about what your children are doing online and to have these conversations with them about online safety.
Commander, you're doing, and the AFP are doing all you can
to
stop this kind of offending and behaviour online.
Politicians.
You just mentioned there, for parents
we
in
know
particular,
politicians
to be
are
about
creeps.
What their children are doing online. Is there anything else we can do as a community? Are there telltale signs?
I think it's really important that online safety is a topic of conversation, whether it's with your small primary age children through to older children at high school. I think it needs to be a debate and a conversation that parents and people with children in their lives are leading. And there's a lot of resources available, and I'd really implore people to have a look at thinkyouknow.org.au, and also at the eSafety Commissioner's website. There's a lot of resources that can destigmatise conversations around online safety.
Obviously, this is just about online, people having disgusting, child pornography, whatever. It's not so much pedophilia, the real hard stuff that we know is going on in with the politicians and other high-profile people. Yeah, they made a bit of a deal out of this. It's just what's been going on. They're telling us nothing, Child pornography, that's all these people are being arrested for. The hard stuff, they won't go near. They won't go near. They're actually being protected, as we know.